Happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day, guys. This is January 15th, 2024. And thank you for joining us on our Everything Live YouTube show. I appreciate you guys coming in. We're going to go deep on the Phoenix housing market, as we always do, right? That's the point of this show. And we're going to talk about the luxury home market specifically and the state of the state address by the Phoenix mayor. What did she have to say about the future of growth for Phoenix, the development of Phoenix, and where she wants to spend your hard-earned money if you live in the state of Arizona for projects to help develop the rest of the state and the city of Phoenix and that whole area here. So, guys, we're going to jump in. It's going to be a pretty cool show. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying some time off. And if you are, I really appreciate you taking your time to watch this show and get a little more educated. We're going to go quick, 20, 30 minutes here and we're going to rock and roll. So thank you very much for joining us here on Martin Luther King Day, a federal holiday here in January. So guys, the market is starting to take form. Now, there is a old saying in real estate locally here for Phoenix that because of the seasonality of our market, things do pick up in January, whereas the rest of the market, I mean, I don't know if you saw the temperatures around America right now, but they are getting pelted. We're talking like it's cold here when it's a high of 62 in the upper Midwest and East Coast, right? I mean, we're talking a high of -2, -3, wind chills of -30. I mean, what are we talking about, guys? Come on down to Arizona if you're watching out of state. Visit and check it out because in about 2 or 3 days, the highs are back up in the mid to upper 70s. That's right. Lows in the lower 50s. So it's going to be beautiful. It's right around the corner. And the next 3 months are going to be just absolutely paradise. So come on down to Arizona if you don't already live here. So that being said, we're going to dive right in and check out what's going on. But what the people say in Arizona, because of our seasonality in the market, is that it really starts to begin the fun, the demand, the supply shaping up. It begins after the weekend of Martin Luther King Jr. Day, because that's when everyone starts going, okay, look, the holidays are over. Now it's time to really get back to work. I got a little time off this Monday. So let's start by getting things going this weekend or shortly thereafter. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with the market here over the next several months. I think I have a good idea what's going to happen, and it's going to be pretty good. It's going to be good. So let's dive in here and show you some charts. So you look at here on my chart, you can see that the 17 major suburbs in Phoenix, it's all green, guys. It's all green. Now, we know going back just a couple of weeks, we talked about this, a lot of red on the board. And if you go back a month or two, all red on the board when it comes to the Cromford Market Index. We know between 90 and 110 is a balanced market for whatever city we're talking about. Right now, a lot of these cities are in a seller's market, and the trend is their friend, right? The green is going up. Everything is going up. Even Maricopa, which is way south of the city center of Phoenix, the town of Maricopa, a suburb, is at 66.7, but it's increasing. It went up a whopping 2%, but it didn't go down. Guys, if you're looking for a deal and you want some negotiating power on your side, Maricopa's your spot. I'm telling you right now, look at that. It is a buyer's market if there ever was one, but it's starting to trend the other way. And if you're a buyer, what do you not want with the seller? Okay. What you don't want is hope for the seller. Hope is what drives stubbornness when it comes to real estate negotiations. And of course, a lot of decisions made when looking to buy or sell a house. So I'm telling you right now, even though the market hasn't moved a lot, we're talking 2% in Maricopa, they may have hope because right around the corner is the nice weather. Right around the corner are the snowbirds coming down. The demand is going to increase. We know that it will happen. So you got to jump in there if you want some serious negotiating power, because if sellers have hope, it's less negotiating leverage for you as a buyer. All right, so we see that. Now let's check this out. This is an interesting graph. I thought this was pretty cool to check out, but what it says here on January 10th, expanding on yesterday's observation, which we'll get to in a second, the bar chart below ranks the cities by the 2-year change, okay? We're talking 2-year change in the annual average price per square foot for closed listings measured through 2023. So look at this, guys. Paradise Valley, wow. If you bought a property in Paradise Valley within the last 2 years, or about 2 years ago, let's say, you're up 42% on your money. And guys, that's not small money. Paradise Valley is the most expensive real estate in all of the Phoenix area. And so 42% on 3 or 4 million bucks is a boatload of money. Congratulations. Good job. Your timing was impeccable. But it's hard to go wrong anywhere, guys. If you bought a house 2 years ago anywhere in the valley, look at this. This doesn't even include just the 17 major suburbs. It includes those and the outlying areas or smaller suburbs as well. So you can see Scottsdale comes in number two, a 23% increase of annual appreciation over 2 years. That is, I mean, I'm not a mathematician, but that's a little over 11% per year, right? That is phenomenal. Phenomenal. This is going on here where you have about 10%, right? Carefree and Coolidge, you have 10% per year. 19 to 21 over 2 years of appreciation. That is great, guys. So if you live currently or own a house currently in any of these suburbs on this list, congratulations. You just got, for owning a property in Buckeye as an example right here, you just got 11% return on your money. Or I should say appreciation. So it's not necessarily return on the cash you put down. Depends on if you bought it all cash or if you're leveraging, but you went up regardless. So congratulations. Now, what it says about Paradise Valley is that it's way out in front with an increase of over 42%. Other cities have a healthy proportion of luxury homes appear to be at the top too as well. So Fountain Hills, Cave Creek, Carefree, Scottsdale are all at the top. The luxury market is resilient. This is the first time since 2000 we have seen Paradise Valley accelerate well ahead of the pack. It probably has something to do with the number of homes that are torn down and replaced with new builds that have extremely high costs price per square foot. This process extends the gap between Paradise Valley and Scottsdale home pricing. Why do people want to buy in Paradise Valley and knock something down that may have cost them $2 million? Guys, we just sold a lot with I should say it's a property because it was a teardown. Someone had not lived there for years. Short roofs. It was built in the late 70s. But in the heart of Paradise Valley, so you're close to everything. You have an acre lot, a little bit under an acre, but close to it. Not extremely awesome views, but decent, and but just great location, convenient location overall with space. We sold that property, which the person's going to tear down, for $2.2 million, and that was really just for the dirt. However, if you do the math, it very well may make sense. A property just down the street was selling on the market for $8.5 million. So if you could build for a certain price per square foot with the builder, maybe $350 a foot, maybe that'd be on the low end, up to $450 to $500 if you wanted to go a little more crazy on the amenities and the brand names that you put in that house of appliances, things of that nature. You're looking still at times that by the square footage of the house you want to build, 6,000, 7,000. And then add your cost, your land back into it, there's still profit to be had there. There's still equity that you will force into the property if you're going to live there and not sell it. That now your net worth just increased, guys. So that's why people are doing this. They're doing the same thing as Scottsdale, by the way. Scottsdale has a couple areas like Arcadia or the Cactus Corridor where you have these acre lots with no HOA for the most part, and you can do what you want in terms of a build as long as it meets city code. You buy a lot in Scottsdale in the Cactus Corridor, it's like Paradise Valley, but a little bit cheaper. You can buy a lot on an acre for $1.1 to $1.2 million, let's say, but that will resell once you build it north of $700 a square foot all day long, closer to $800 a square foot. So again, do the math, and there is profit to be had there. You just have to wait, 12 to 18 months for build time, and 12 definitely on the generous end. And hope again that the market doesn't turn on you, right? That's the risk. That's why most people don't do it, because you're talking big dollars when you're talking about paying $1.1 or $1.2 million just for the dirt, right? Then you got to obviously have your construction loan or your cash for the build. So it's interesting what's happening, but but it's working. These people who have been doing it since COVID hit, they have bet on this market and they are cashing their checks. Look at this again, this graph. It's pretty crazy. Now, to further support this luxury home market, look at this graph here. Now, this is the change in annual average price per square foot by list price range. So again, guys, this is as of January 8th, but what they say here is using a long-term average smooths out the data. A very necessary thing for studying the high end where sample sizes are very low, right? The luxury market. For example, there were no sales over $10 million in December, so the sample set was null for that month. Above $2 million, okay, right here, at the 1.4% and above, we can see the average annual price per square foot is higher than a year ago, but below $2 million, it is lower. The cheaper you go, the more 12-month average prices tend to have fallen. You can see right here, under $2 million over the past year over year measure, prices have decreased. And the price range that have really taken the beating is between $300,000 and $400,000. Why? Well, because there's a lot of supply in that price point. You take any of these suburbs on the outskirts of the valley, and the builders are building properties that are going, for the most part, between $300,000 and $400,000. There's a lot of more supply in this area on the outskirts, especially. Even the resale market, there's a lot of supply because that's what a lot of builders built even just 10, 8, 6 years ago. So that all being said, that's what's taking the brunt of just not being able to take advantage of all the appreciation the market has afforded based upon supply and demand here in Phoenix. So the luxury market is extremely resilient. The title, one of the titles of this YouTube live was "The Rich Are Getting Richer," and they are, for better or for worse. There you go, because the luxury home market is resilient. Why? Primarily because you have a lot of buyers with money, with cash on the sidelines outside of Phoenix, especially, and plenty here too as well, that have money that want the 75 degrees in January and things of that nature, and all of the events that take place, guys. We have Barrett Jackson coming up. That is a huge, the pristine, the most prestigious, I should say, not pristine, most prestigious luxury car, classic car auto auction coming up for an entire week, spanning the course of 2 weekends, coming this weekend on the 20th of January. Then we have the Phoenix Open, okay, coming up after that. The People's Show, the greatest show on grass for the PGA Tour. That is an amazing event. Then you have spring training, okay, which lasts for at least a month, if not 6 weeks. Then you have the Arabian Horse Show. And you have all these events that are happening in this area of Phoenix when the weather is just perfect. So that's why the people with money who have the means to do so are cashing in on the luxury home market here that is very resilient and is, it's defying the odds. So, all right, that is the housing market. Now, we're going to jump over to what did the mayor say. There she is. Or I'm sorry, I said mayor, governor of Arizona, Katie Hobbs, what her priorities are to grow Arizona and the economy. So helping their economy grow is the key priority to the governor. Kicked off the Arizona legislature with the state of the state address, which just took place. Okay, so what did she say? Maybe important to know. Okay, Ask Nations. Angie, what's going on? This is the second time that you have appeared in my friend's recommendation directory. I read your post and found it. I read your post, and found it interesting. I tried to add you as a Facebook friend, but without success. If you would like, could you add me? I will absolutely do that, Angie. Thank you for commenting, and thanks for watching on maybe your day off, maybe not. Not everyone has today off, but thank you for watching. I truly appreciate that, and I will add you. I will be sure to go on there after we're done here and get that done for you. Okay. Now going back to the state of state address by the governor. What is she? The priority is the local economy, the state economy growing. Okay, where are the places that she's going to pour those resources into? Well, everything west of the I-17, which cuts down right through the middle of Phoenix. Okay, so that being said, she gave her state of the state address at the Phoenix International Raceway on January 10th, and here's what she is focused on: economic development and growth. Okay, we talked about that. Hobbs said Arizona added more than 56,000 jobs and is leading growth and for high tech and advanced manufacturing businesses. High tech and advanced manufacturing businesses. This is awesome, guys. These are sectors where their jobs are, for the most part, higher paying. So this is amazing because that's going to bring more money into the economy. It's going to bring the housing market to be hopefully a little more steady because you have more money with people that are looking to buy and own real estate. So maybe the affordability factor comes down just a little bit, which would be nice. Okay. But that's what she's looking to do. Number two, workforce development. Okay. The most difficult thing that these businesses have expressed is the concern to find skilled talent to fill the jobs. All right. So she's looking at increasing some education around that. Now, this is a $30 million program, is one of them. Okay. Future 48 workforce, because we're the 48th state of the union, Arizona is. Okay. To develop up to 6 advanced manufacturing training facilities in Arizona. That is interesting. So $30 million program, spending some money towards this. Here we go. Number 3, infrastructure. All right. In the West Valley, this could bring the proposed State Route 30, which would serve as a reliever freeway south of Interstate 10 and connect from Route 85 in Buckeye to Interstate 17. That'd be huge. That'd be awesome. These infrastructure developments for the transportation aspect, right? And check this out, guys. I don't know where the federal government gets their money, but holy cow! For Arizona alone, Hobbs highlighted the nearly $1 billion Arizona will receive from federal government to expand high-speed internet to more than 177,000 homes. $1 billion. I mean, I assume every state probably needs this. That's a lot of money for just one state. But since we're in Arizona, hey, I guess we'll take it, right? Housing. Housing has become less affordable. We just talked about that, right? And there's not much going on about that. In the past, Hobbs said the state has directed more than $150 million for rental assistance programs, which I know as a landlord, I've had recently a couple tenants fall on hard times, and they have been able to get assistance from government programs to help them pay for a month or maybe two of rent to get them back on their feet in between jobs, things of that nature. So I know that's happening, but that's not really a long-term solution. That's the only issue I have with that, right? Just before his speech on January 10th, Hobbs also announced that the Arizona Department of Housing awarded $40 million in grants for shelter and homelessness services. Now, it's always good to have that. That's a big part of a local economy and a community, not have homelessness, run rampant, obviously, and hopefully those people can get help to get back on their feet. But again, long-term solution, I don't know, because right now there's still an affordability issue across the entire country. And the fastest way to get rid of this, guys, to help, is probably nothing she can really do. Is what the Federal Reserve can do by bringing down rates a little bit further. So we'll see what happens there. But you guys know my thoughts on that. I think that's coming faster than everyone thinks. Okay. Number 4, right? Water. And this is a touchy subject for me, guys. You know how I feel about this, right? There's a lot of misinformation about this. But it talks about last year she released a report showing that they will not have enough groundwater resources to meet the project demand without further action, which, again, interesting. As a result, single-family housing developments will need to secure a 100-year water supply certificate on the outskirts of the valley through avenues other than groundwater, which could slow housing development in areas like Buckeye and Queen Creek. Hobbs also said communities can also obtain 100 years of assured water supply through their state's alternative designation of water resources program. Now, I'm going to make a guess. That's not easy to get done. And it shouldn't be, right? You got to take the water conservation seriously. But at the same time, this is what happens when you make it too hard to get that, or the red tape too much, is because now you have wildcat building, right? She said she also supports closing loopholes in Arizona's existing water regulations for build to rent communities, which are big now because the baby boomers are all retiring and want their own space and they want new and they don't want to own it. And wildcat developments in Rio Verde, or such as ones in Rio Verde and other places across the valley that do not have to prove a 100 years of groundwater supply. There's still plenty of surface water. This is talking just groundwater. So we'll see what happens. There's a lot of obviously initiatives that she has. We'll see what can be enacted upon and actually taken advantage of, right? That's yet to be remain to be seen. Okay. This is an interesting article, guys. Phoenix ranked number 1 in the nation for manufacturing growth. That is good, guys. There's the beautiful and gorgeous TSMC, Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company. And guys, this is part of what's making Phoenix the Silicon Valley of the Southwest, right? The chip headquarters of America. And this is pretty cool. I mean, this is really cool, if you ask me, because the U.S., since COVID, is trying to make a run at bringing manufacturing back to our country, right? Well, right now, the number 1 city for manufacturing growth is not Cleveland, Ohio, the Rust Belt states, maybe Detroit, places like that. No, it is Phoenix, Arizona, in the desert, guys. That's really cool. Very interesting. It shows you how the landscape will change. And manufacturing today isn't what we think of when we think of manufacturing necessarily, 40 years ago. Okay. So Metro Phoenix was ranked number 1 out of the top 15 growth markets for largest projected job gains by global real estate firm Newark Group Incorporated in its latest manufacturing report, which identified the largest growth markets in large, medium, and small metros. Nearly 15,500 jobs have been promised as part of the major manufacturing developments coming to the valley. That's a lot of jobs, guys, 15,000 plus, which topped the nation for both projected jobs added and manufacturing announcements in excess of $100 million. This is crazy. Okay. It's crazy good. Four main sectors that drive growth. I had it down here. Let's see if I can find it for you guys. Here they are. Boom, 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 boom. Doo-doo-doo. Okay. Here we go. High tech and digitalization, such as semiconductors. Okay. Number one. Automotive and transportation. Number two. Energy and biomanufacturing are the four main manufacturing sectors driving much of the growth. So that's what Phoenix is all about, guys. If you have interest in these four sectors, semiconductors, automotive and transportation, energy and biomanufacturing, check out Phoenix, Arizona, guys. We love to have you. And if you come here, we'd love to help you maybe find that beautiful home or condo to get into. That's what we do here at Cook and Associates Real Estate Advisors in Phoenix, Arizona. So, guys, this is pretty cool. That is really cool, in fact. Now, speaking of the fastest growing cities in Arizona, or really the Phoenix area, okay, U-Haul comes out with its top 25 growth markets. And I'm going to give you a spoiler alert. Phoenix and the area is on it. So there's the company U-Haul that puts out the report every single year. And guys, check it out. Phoenix is number 7, or I should say number 8. They're down one spot from number 7 a year ago. So the 8th fastest growing city in 2023. I'm sorry, fastest growing state, which is interesting. I figured it'd be a little higher than that, but maybe in 2023 we slow down a little bit. I don't know why that would be the case. Maybe it's because our increase of housing prices and therefore a lack of affordability. That could be something that has to do with it, because I know the median sales price in other states or major metropolitan areas are a little bit cheaper than Phoenix currently. Okay, but the two cities around Phoenix, suburbs, that are ranked in the top 25 are, surprise, okay, and that's not a surprise. I'm seeing city surprise. Surprise, Arizona, right here in the Northwest Valley, which came at number 18 on the company list, and Queen Creek at number 23. Okay, that is cool, guys. I got a map teed up for you for something else, but we're gonna steal it for a second so you can get an idea of what we're talking about here. Okay, and I'm going to go to this view so you can see what we're talking about. So hopefully this will show up here in just a second. There we go. Surprise. There it is, guys. Northwest area. It is growing fast. There is so much land out here, especially around the 303 interstate, which connects the Taiwan Semiconductor plant way up here in North Phoenix, all the way down to the I-10, which then runs over to Los Angeles. So this area here is just exploding right now, guys. The transportation, the logistics is awesome because of the interstate system. And then that is number 18. Number 23 is Queen Creek, opposite end of the valley, guys. If you were to drive, to give you a sense of timing here, if you were to drive from Queen Creek all the way to Sun City West, you can see there's not one quick way to get there in terms of interstate. You're looking at, depending on traffic, about an hour and 15 minutes probably to make it over there one way, maybe hour 20, hour 25, somewhere in there. So it just depends. Now, if you're speeding and get no traffic, you can probably do it in maybe 45 to 55 minutes. But that's a long ways, guys. But these two places are booming. Now, Queen Creek is booming for different reasons. They don't really have a huge looped interstate that runs through there. So let's go back and see what they have to say about why Queen Creek is booming. Okay. Surprise. There it is. And then it's the access right here, proximity to downtown Phoenix, and the access to amenities such as tennis racket complexes, golf courses, urban fishing lakes, and aquatic centers, and MLB, Cactus League, spring training action. That's really cool. And then when it comes to Queen Creek, here we go. Queen Creek made its debut, which is awesome. And the East Valley has been a hotspot for growth over the last few years. We know that with Chandler and Gilbert. Queen Creek, has been one of the best kept secrets in Arizona. While it's considered a suburb of Phoenix, it's located in the far southeast portion of the metro area. It is known for the beautiful views of the Santan Mountains and gives residents that perfect desert feel or home that they're looking for. And kind of tucked away now. Queen Creek's pretty cool, guys. Queen Creek also, my two favorite spots in Queen Creek is the peach farm, Schnepp's farm, which is awesome. I mean, peach trees for as long as your eyes can see. Amazing. And they are ripe typically around April, May, right in there. And it's just an amazing place. And the weather's still not terribly hot yet. And so it's great to get down there and pick some peaches with the kids and things of that nature. It's awesome. They got peach pancakes, and I could go on for days about peaches, right? I love peach. But also has olive oil. It has an olive farm, olive trees. I mean, it's just beautiful. And every type of olive oil you could probably want to test. You can test it when you're there, and you can buy whatever you want. But olive oil for days, all different flavors, types, and olive trees to just give you that feel like you're in an olive tree farm, which technically you are. But Queen Creek is awesome for those country home, small town, I should say, feel. I just love that. Okay. It's just not easy to get to when it talks about major highways or interstates running right through it. Okay. All right. Now, share my screen. Got a few more things to cover, and we'll be done, guys, on this MLK Day version of Everything Phoenix YouTube Live. Here we go. Developer IndyCap, speaking of the East Valley, eyes the groundbreaking for once controversial The Ranch in Gilbert. So that's why I had the map pulled up, guys. This is going to be awesome. This is going to be really, really cool. Gilbert's already exploding as it is, but now you have this new complex that's going to give a little more of an urban feel to Gilbert. Gilbert is very family oriented, a lot of single family houses, yards, kids playing, things of that nature, which is great. This is going to give it a little more of a I don't know, urban feel right in the center of Gilbert with a huge project on 300 acres that's going to have condos and retail and things of that nature, shopping, etc. So if you go back to Gilbert, I'm going to show you what this is. This is at the corner. It's not terribly that far out there. All right. So you have the 202 here. You have Elliott right here, and you have Power Road right here. So Cactus Yards, which is awesome. If you guys know anything about Gilbert, Cactus Yards is the facility that has Major League Baseball replica fields. So like, it has the Red Sox, field with the Green Monster, Fenway Park, things of that nature. But it's right there, and it's an awesome place to play for, a rec game, intramural game, competitive softball, men's softball or women's softball, and of course, kids baseball games, etc. as well. But this area, this plot of land right here is going to be this development called The Ranch in Gilbert. It's going to be something to look out for, guys. Prime real estate, prime location. And if you have any questions about that, give us a call. We know the developers and can give them a buzz. All right. Next on the list here, speaking of more development, Smoke Tree Resort redevelopment clears final hurdle at Paradise Valley Town Council. This is cool, guys. Look at this guy jumping in. That's actually a fake person. That must be artificial intelligence at its finest, drawing stuff, because this one is right here in Paradise Valley, the heart of Paradise Valley, guys. So here's the map. Okay, there's Scottsdale and PV right here by the cursor. Now, if I zoom in, you can see Smoke Tree Resorts is right here on the southwest corner of Scottsdale Road and Lincoln Drive. And guys, by the way, this big area right here is the amazing Ritz-Carlton Resort that they're building, and along with properties that can be owned, the estates and the villas, and also here the new Fendi building at the Palmaire, which is going to be just absolutely stunning. Okay, Fendi, yes, like the purses and the fashion designer. Yep, building right there, one of 2 or 3 in the entire world, right here. So then right here, Smoke Tree Resort is actually being remodeled and being revitalized, and it's right there. So great location, guys, if you want to go stay in the future. Closed right now. Okay, Anna, how you doing? Thanks for commenting. Greetings from San Antonio, Texas. I love San Antonio. I played in the Alamo Bowl when I was playing football in Nebraska. The Alamo Bowl twice, actually my 5 years. It was awesome. The Riverwalk, love it. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. One of the most underrated places in America to visit, in my humble opinion. So thank you for saying hello. All right, a few more things, guys. All right, this is going to be cool. If you like Arizona, if you like luxury, and if you want that country western feel and want to maybe experience that while living here, at least part-time of the year, if not full-time, then this is the article you want to stay on board for, and don't leave this YouTube live. Okay. Luxury community with breathtaking views planned north of Cave Creek, Arizona. There's the plot of land, guys. 70 acres of pristine desert land north of Cave Creek will soon be home to a new luxury community, guys. That is gorgeous. And by the way, did you know that the Sonoran Desert, which is Phoenix, right? Phoenix is built around the Sonoran Desert in Arizona here, is the only place you find cactus and saguaros in the entire world. Fun fact. So you can see saguaros on this picture. And if you want some of those in your front and backyard, this is the place as well. So here you go, guys. We can get you guys more information on this, but look at these pictures, guys. If you want, and we're talking some major money here for these properties, right? There's not going to be cheap. We're talking 5 to 10 acre parcels that it's going to sit on. But look at this modern architecture of these properties. And this house is a spec home called Mustang at $10.5 million for 7,900 square feet on 4.7 acres of pristine natural desert. And look at that view, guys. I mean, that is just, breathtaking, guys. This is what it's going to look like. There's a picture from looking up at the property. And the other spec, they have two specs currently built that they'll be or almost finished that are for sale. This is one that's called Six Shooter and listed as well for $10.5 million, guys. If you have any other questions at all, I mean, it's just gorgeous on this community here in Cave Creek, let us know. We'd be happy to help you out. It's called Continental Mountain Estates, okay? And you can see the range of the prices are in the 10 to $11 million range, and they're all on 5-acre parcels, which is just beautiful. So if you want, and by the way, this developer Bedrock is known to do a good job. They did projects like Camel Dell and other projects across the valley already. So let us know. We'd be happy to get you more information on this community if that's something that you have interest in. Okay. A few more things we're done, guys. Going to Glendale over to the West Valley, Desert Diamond Arena, which used to be the home of the Phoenix Coyotes, the NHL team, which no longer is because they couldn't figure out the lease agreement between the two, City of Glendale and the Phoenix Coyotes. So they moved on. But this is the facility right here, and they had a record profits, guys. And so now to continue that revenue and hopefully have record revenue coming into the city of Glendale and this area of Westgate, which has tons of shops and dining and restaurants, piano bars. I mean, you name it, right? It's awesome. Right next to where the Arizona Cardinals play, right there. Then this is a spot for you to come see a concert, things of that nature. But they're going to do major renovations there. Okay, just a little tidbit on that coming up. Major renovations coming for Desert Diamond Casino Arena. All right. And last but not least, Arizona Cardinals see attendance dip slightly during 2023 season. So right next to the Desert Diamond Arena, you have the Arizona Cardinals facility, which they call the big toaster oven. The big toaster oven, that's what they call it, right? But Arizona Cardinals didn't do so well this year, right? Not a very good season. So attendance was down a little bit. In fact, they were third worst in the entire National Football League behind Las Vegas and Chicago, both who struggled this year as well. So, but overall, the total NFL attendance, because people love football, including yours truly, saw gains. All right. Everything's up. And we're in the middle of the NFL playoffs right now. We had a couple of good games yesterday, and we have 2 games later today on MLK Day. So if you like football, stay tuned in for those 2 playoff games. Right. So that is awesome. I think I had one more thing. Nope. I think I'm going to wrap it up here, guys, right now. All right. So, guys, thank you so much as well. Thank you for Anna and Angie piping in as well. If you have any questions, watch the replay, have any comments, we'll watch the comments. We'll be sure to reply if you didn't want to speak up while we're live here today. But as always, guys, thank you so much for all that you guys do in supporting our channel. And if you can like us and subscribe, we really appreciate that too as well. And it doesn't go unnoticed, and it helps us grow and get this information out to more and more people who could benefit from everything that is Phoenix, Arizona, guys. So until next Monday, as I always say, stealing from Anchorman, right, and Will Ferrell, okay, keep it classy, Phoenix. Take care, guys.